been incredibly right for all the others.
Okay, well, I do agree with you there. I do think Spirit are the favorite coming into this because of the veto. But I do think this experience favors VP. So we'll see how that pans out in the server. Overpass, a bit of a out of left field pick, as we alluded to. Not one we expected VP to bring in at the very least. So they start on the T side, Spirit on the defense.
Yeah, and obviously that's a scary thing as well, right? Overpass, one of the most CT-sided maps we've got right now. Triple connector for Team Spirit. And they're going to take the fights early. Ayaka might not be aware of what's about to hit her. This is going to be a brawl.
Yeah, these dualies are going to devastate. She doesn't even have to take first contact, so baited in perfectly. Oh, they're actually ready. And Ayaka finds both. Mia gets Jammie as well, and they've managed to find their way through. There's that extra player tucked into the bathrooms. It's Veronica, the latest addition, getting two. These Tenwari in the clutch, 1 versus 2. And there's a lot of time for VP to reroute.
Yeah, they can just reset. You've got a smoke that you can throw out towards heaven. You can even go contact at this point. There's so many options. And if you're Tenwari, you're just so worried about where they're going to come from. And that's such a shame for Team Spirit in Connector, because it feels like the communication was slightly off. They had the perfect setup, and then people are peeking individually, and that's where it breaks. Smoke will go through on default. Tenwari, not ready to rotate, will eventually start her descent down the steps, but it's going to have to be a very difficult retake.
At least has the kit to work with. I think Amore's position is very powerful. Never mind, what a shot. And now she's down. Mia behind the pillar, swings out with the dualies. Denies the start of a fantastic clutch, but a good attempt.
What on earth was that shot coming out of heaven? That felt instant. Shout out Mio. The fact that she gets 3 kills right at the very end there. Ayaka gets the double entry in Connector. You gotta be feeling pretty good with that, because you walk into the stack and there's the highlight. It's just a couple of...
Is she even on the ground?
I don't know.
I think her feet are in the air.
Just individual one-on-one gunfights. Ayaka will happily take those, and for Team Spirit to run it back into 1 versus 1 is still pretty good regardless. They're going to take the eco. They want to bring the rifles out as soon as possible. And for VP, sure, you might be heading into the stack, but it's only P250s.
Yeah, and a bunch of them are on fire, so... Oh, okay, good dink. Okay, I'm a little scared. I'm a little scared, Bryden.
It's fine.
They're all here, in the waters, like little sharks, but baby sharks. They don't have the big teeth. They got little pincers. That's not what baby sharks have. They got like little incisors, ready to...
Incisors?
That's what you call the incisors?
Yeah.
I guess so. Anyway, the bomb's gone down. No one's died yet, but Margo is in a position to collect, and she finds a bunch of kills. And it's all good. The baby sharks, they get nothing done.
Do-do-do-do.
Do-do-do-do.
It's like sad trombone.
They don't. Don't. Yeah.
Oh no, we're only 3 rounds in. This is bad. Yeah, very simple.
3 rounds in, and we get an AWP.
Yeah. What I like there from VP is just the fact that even though they're walking into the stack and they're feeling confident it might even be a low buy, they are leading with utility. Like the molly in towards barrel, the flashbangs over the top, and you can see how restrictive Team Spirit were. Despite them feeling stacked, they wouldn't actually been able just to get a gunfight whatsoever. You're right, AWP out for Ayaka immediately. But she might be right with resistance here. This is very aggressive from Spirit.
Yeah, we're seeing this kind of forward smoke being very standard now. Very Norman on the meta, but Margo not ready for this forward position despite the smokes that have come on through. Or maybe she was and just wanted to go for a brazen wide swing, but either way, it doesn't work out for her. Jammie able to scamper away.
At least there's a trade of map control. I like this. This is very direct from VP immediately. Okay, well, you've got space over towards Fountain. Ooh, just walk out monster. This contact play is going to catch Team Spirit completely off guard. Oh, no, it might not.
Decent position from Realist, though, can provide covering fire to Teneri's in towards the water ramp, and she's going to tuck on into the smoke now. Now we get through with the bomb, so that will go down, but the advantage is for Spirit in numbers. Everyone's going to come from kind of the same position. There's no connector presence, no one coming through monster on the flank, but this player may be underlooked. No, Amore is able to find the kill. 2 players incredibly low on the CT side as well. Molotov is fantastic, isolates at least one of these CTs, but they're still fighting on forward, finding the kills until akiyanora gets to. And now she has to get 2 more. They know exactly where she is, tucked into the side, and there is a kit in play, but they're so low. A single bullet from either will do the job. She just needs to hit the one, and she's found it. Is there enough time? Kit can't be collected. And Jammie's going to go down with the bomb.
That's really awkward. That's really unfortunate there for Team Spirit, but you got to really credit the utility again of VP.Angels in that after plant. That single incendiary that gets thrown as VP deploy a smoke of their own over towards short is everything, because it funnels them straight into akiyanora. They line up for her, and from that point, it completely turns the retake on its head. So much damage has been done to Team Spirit on the way forward. It looked like a really good retake attempt until it completely collapsed right at the very end. Questioning the overpass pick, but I tell you what, VP.Angels look incredibly confident on this map. Every single time they head towards a bomb site, it's with purpose. Every single time there's a mid-round call, it almost feels immediate. And that's exactly what you need.
Ayaka with the sick AK gloves combo. That looks really cool. I got the little triple boost. But no one coming through in the first 30 seconds, so they dismount that one. Perhaps off that information, they might go for a bit of a stack over towards A, which could work out pretty well for them. Monica's tucked in towards the tree, and she's cleared from the left side. Still able to fight forward in 5 minutes at the very least. So
how on earth has she been able to find a kill there?
Well, she got it. And now the stack is in play on A.
What I'm concerned about the most is the fact that it's Averona with the flashbang, but she's the furthest forward. So I like this from Team Spirit. They're going to reset and they're going to push together. Safety in numbers for this CT side. akiyanora around the corner. Shadow spotted. Kill collected. AK can be recoverable because uulis has hit a dig.
All right, that's 2 rifles now, and immediately put to good work. Ayaka left in a 1 versus 4. There's the first. There's a Jammie was around here with that AK, and time is not in her favor, but there is no one at B. Jammie is going to be in hot pursuit. Oh, it's a fake out. It's a fake out. It doesn't matter. Jammie still finds her. And Spirit, with just the pistols, able to get it done.
2 things there from Team Spirit. Firstly, we've got to talk about the team play. It's the fact that the flashbang is on the furthest player forward, so instead they group up and you get the shadow advantages when you're fighting Divider, and then that distraction enables the crunch to come through from toilets. And here, Jammie, you see on the replay, she's being very vocal about her just running, but screaming down the microphone, I'm going to run and I'm going to just fight this player. 13 seconds left, and it just means that Ayaka is caught in between 2 minds. She hears the player coming behind her. She has to commit to the gunfight, or she's just trying to escape around the corner with the limited time. Jammie forces her into a predicament where she can't win the round either way.
Gonna try B again, but this time, I mean, look at the hold here. There are 4 players ready and waiting for this hit. Team Spirit had the perfect read. Amore trying to enter into the bomb site. uulis, though, able to collect her. Tenmeri finds one coming through the smoke and the reload. At least akiyanora gets one. That's the bomb delivered on a platter of blood of her teammates, that is. That was a bit of a visceral image, sorry.
Yeah, that was...
I didn't want to say silver platter. It's kind of, you know, played out. It's not, we ain't vampires, though.
No, true.
Unless you're into vampires.
Yeah?
You're team Edward kind of guy?
I don't even know what that reference is.
What? You don't know what that reference is?
No. I'm uncultured. What is that? Like... Sunrise?
Sunrise? What's sunrise?
Get it? Because it's like Twilight.
Oh, okay. Right. That was a funny joke.
Thank you. It's really funny when you have to explain your humor.
Yeah.
Mio, hoping to at least find a kill, do some damage. However,
nice shot.
The damage goes the way towards her. Good round from Team Spirit, and obviously that's the most disjointed one out of VP.Angels, but you can kind of forgive them. Low money, haven't really got all the bits and bobs you need to go for a proper execute, so you send the players out short, you try and hope that the MAC-10 can find kills, but there's just too many players defending the bomb site. Clean at the end from Jammie. It's what you expect.
Yeah, it's a good info right there. Able to get the extra 4th player over there to support, and VP.Angels. No way to breach the bomb site. And we get the AWP into Ronica's hands. Well, I mean, we had it last round, but didn't get to really see it. I don't know if we'll get to see it do too much here either, though they are coming to A. It's the classic rundown log. And this actually could be... It'll get her, but they might pause and walk here. How long does Spirit hold this? Because there's a timer here. Oh, Jammie recognizes it. She's going to arrive at the perfect time. Oh, that is game sense to the maximum.
It's really good that she's the player taking these fights as well, because she's got the rifle up close. Because she can make sure that if there are a lot of players in close proximity, she's got the best chance for a multi-kill. If that is Ronica on the angle, she can only fire 1 bullet at a time. So it's good to recall the rifler back. Nice shot. Doesn't quite get the kill, but Amore is battered and bruised in towards the subway toilets. Ooh. Oh, nearly.
Come on, hit it.
Do it. Not quite.
Yeah, nicely done. That internal timer from Jammie just being like, yep, all right, we've not seen anything bathrooms. All right, because she's watching the kind of crack through the entrance to bathrooms, so she knows that no one's crossed in front of middle, and with no contact on B, you're like, well, feeling like long could be compromised, and yeah, just steps in perfectly.
Well, just a casual adjustment of the jersey, like, yeah, that was me. That was easy. Good recovery from Team Spirit. They kept those rounds close early, which means the economy wasn't there for VP.Angels. And now we get a change of pace out the CT side. Averona feels like she should have had that kill, but fully blind from Mio means that she will fall first. Uulis is now trapped between players in connector, players in towards short. And Jammie also might be feeling the pressure, fall blind, and look at those kills. Instantly falling in favor. Connector always belongs to VP.
That was a cool idea, though. You can see the flash being dropped from Jammie to enable the swing from door instantaneously. Like, she's drawing the attention of these two players. But had to win out those fights. Doesn't go their way. It leaves it all into Ronica. Roniaka? Say Ronica.
I was so confident when you said Ronica. I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Now realizing it might be Roniaka. Which can you, that vibes well with akiyanora on the other side.
Yeah.
Roniaka finds akiyanora. It was fated to be. And a second as well, so she might get to hold on to this, although there's another player hunting her. In fact, there's going to be a lot of players hunting her position. They're kind of going to be locking in. Actually, maybe not. They're just going to go to spawn.
I like it. Good decision by VP when it comes to the macro. Sure, you can hunt this AWP, but at the same time, if you lose any more players, it's disadvantageous to you overall. Already mentioned the money's not been in the best state of affairs for the T side. So keeping 3 alive with the bomb down, it's perfect. It means you can reinvest quite comfortably. This is what I'm talking about here. Actually, now I'm looking back at that replay, it really feels like Averona should have had that kill.
Well, VP will be happy to get around back after Spirit started to get into a rhythm. Not going to disrupt them, though. Still got all their tools, tricks, everything that they need. Now, just getting aggressive. An opportunity, but going to fall back off it. Shows her presence. Now she's going to slip away towards the long bathrooms. She has to play quite proactive here because Jammie is in connector and can't support her.
Also, Jammie could be trapped and split upon by players if they were to push party aggressively. Instead, is Tenwari opening the connector door and closing it? Very polite. But it also means that akiyanora is worried about whether Jammie's actually escaped through connector. Is there a player that truly lies in wait here? It feels like Margo will come and clear this. And they will be able to isolate this position. As soon as they get this kill, it means that VP.Angels will probably hightail it into B. There it is.
That's essentially an open bomb site. 3 players up towards A. Very passive hold from the graffiti. Surely a rotation's going to be coming through momentarily. It's come maybe a little bit too late. They're already getting into the site, although there's no smoke to provide cover. Okay, late comes through to Heaven. The boost? Yeah, this could be really disruptive. Oh, okay, Liz gets a whiff of quite a few players on the other side. Some counter utility being set up, but it's already too late. Bomb is planted, and Maul finds a kill as well. And a 3-on-5, you're definitely saving this.
It looked like the molly missed as well, with it being a bit too late. That's a shame. It felt like Team Spirit, they went for a gamble rees. They had all of the info from Ronnie Aka early over at long. But where Jammie was very static in connector and Team Spirit actually elected to take short rather than kind of divider and support connector and go for the fights that they've been doing early. Instead, what that creates is kind of a false assumption that VP.Angels aren't going to be in towards B whatsoever because you've taken short more than 10 seconds ago. As soon as the kill comes in onto Jammie, that's kind of where Team Spirit should be poking and prodding a little bit more, looking for information here, because you can see they're just blindsided the whole round.
Yeah, they started to get a little, you know, pokey in towards bathrooms, but it was too late at that point. They were on the site. I think we are going to go, well, we haven't discussed this, but I think Veronica, her name is Veronica. So I think Veronica is, yeah, she's just thrown a 4 in there because she's a gamer, right? That's what we do as gamers.
Yeah.
It's her first ESL Impact season. So, you know, we're still learning some of these new folk. Always good to see fresh blood in the scene. Amore looking to draw some, but it is Veronica on the other side who's having a fantastic game with this orb.
That's a cool adjustment from Spirit. They've been taking short pretty proactively, but they haven't been finding any kills. They've actually been losing the first fight a lot of times. So Veronica just goes, do you know what? I'm going to start here. And it's allowed another rifle to be rotating immediately up to A. You see that Jammie's jump spotting long and toilet. Might catch a glimpse of this boosted player in a second in Margo, but not quite. They fall off it. VP.Angels, they're really good at being discreet, but I think Jammie spotted that.
Yeah, you can see immediately coming it over. It starts to slip on through. Taking 4 position in bathrooms instead. They've brought on the orb over to watch out towards long as well. Molotov is going to land towards her, but she's found a bit of a space to work in. Drops her own incendiary forward just to slow them down. That's causing issues, although with Averona falling, that's part of this attack dealt with, but Jammie is still here. Smoke now going to land in towards Bank. Jammie in the back lines. This is uncomfortable, but Margo alleviates the pressure, gets a kill forward. And they're still looking. Uulis caught, checking to see if they push through Bank, and the timing is perfect for Mayor to fake the bomb plant and bait Jammie in.
I'll be honest, I feel like this is what you was talking about before we went live in map 1. It's the experience of VP.Angels really shining through in that round alone. Team Spirit, it felt like they had the really good setup. I really liked double toilets, but then it became a little bit disjointed to the point where one of these players was able to forward. It left Jammie completely alone. Reposition here from Veronica as well is very important up long, but as soon as they lose these kills right here, Veronica gets forced off the angle in Bank. At this moment, it just feels like Team Spirit, again, don't really know the internal timings, and they're just looking between 2 different angles. Players aren't covering each other effectively, and they just get overwhelmed. It feels like a real stumbling block towards the back end of the round. VP.Angels are being given a lot of this space for free. Not early, but towards the mid-round, it's completely conceded by Spirit.
Pulse coming through. Spirit are going to be in a bit of an odd spot. You can see there's already an orb being brought out. So it's not too bad. Lost bonus is supporting this, but if VP win this round, it's, I mean, already 6 on your T side feels really good. So to be in this position, and then potentially, if they win this one, it's going to completely reset Spirit as well. A lot on the line. So I think Veronica's going to have a lot of pressure on her shoulders as well.
Historically, Team Spirit have also been just very good at Overpass. I know there's been changes. It always feels like that foundation would have stayed the same. Aka finds the opener. M4 doesn't swing behind it. Instead, Team Spirit just recall themselves a bit, but only for a bit. Jammie re-aggressing the line. Ronica, not needed. Good trade.
Great kill from Jammie. Is caught off by Margo.
Oh. And again, Lucia, that's the same thing that we're talking about, where Ronica and Jammie are together. They get the kill. Jammie's fully expecting Ronica just to hold. And it doesn't happen. And suddenly there's this one-on-one that can be created. And that just happens twice. And instantly it puts the round back in favor of VP.
Hold up, though, because Team Spirit haven't budged this defense on B. It's been a bit of a fake out thrown out by Ayaka over towards A. Okay. You now know where the final player is. Uulis, I like this little maneuver. She has the odds against her, but maybe she can find a little bit of space. Ooh, this timing. Oh, they both look towards her. Could have been magic, but they were ready. VP was 7 already on this T side. Still 2 more rounds to go, and look at Spirit's finances.
It doesn't feel great. I feel like you're already looking at this, and you're actually just looking ahead to Vertigo. I know that's brutal to say.
Oof. Yeah. I think, well, we'll see how we go. It is these pistols. The Spirit were able to pick up one of these rounds. I think maybe the issue is the lack of the gun rounds that has been the struggle.
I think it's just comms. I feel like the comms are really nervy.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? First of all, we preface this by saying this is the youngest team in ESL Impact.
Yeah.
Tied with one of the other teams.
Atrix.
Atrix, yes.
Entafina is 20.6.
Yeah, and just behind. But not only that, but it's also young in age, but young in experience. Not, Averona and uulis obviously played in ESL Impact before, but this team of 5 players is essentially brand new playing together. Jammie's the only piece that's been kept over from last season. So, that's a lot that you have to, this is what Vilga was talking about, right? It takes time to build a team together. And yes, you have one player who is super experienced and has been playing in the scene pretty much from the beginning. But it's going to take her time to work with these players and to everyone to feel comfortable in their roles. So, still a long journey ahead for Spirit. And also, they did kick off their season with a win. Keep that in mind. It was a 2-0 versus 1-win gang.
And that's with 1-win gang having Fatal in the mix as well, right? So
yes,
that's why I was impressed. And I was like, okay, I can kind of see it for Team Spirit. I feel like what is good as well. I'm trying to think of how to frame this because I'm really not trying to be negative for Team Spirit, but the mistakes that they're making, they're really they're easily fixable. Because they're not being forced into making them by VP. It's just kind of individually just a little bit off, but that's really easily fixed. So that's why I'm kind of excited because I feel like there's a lot of potential here.
Still a chance to show it in the server. Last round of the half. Spirit are going to have everything they need. Ronica with the AWP as well. Her and Jammie have been actually doing quite a good job over towards A more often than not. This time again, it looks like Jammie does want to continue her fighting towards Connector, a position that she's been quite prevalent in so far in this half.
That's better. Again, another opening kill, but Ronica falls on the other side of the map, and this leaves Jammie completely alone and vulnerable. She needs to fall back. The rotations are going to be pretty far away for Team Spirit because they've taken short at the same time that Ronica's pushed long with the AWP. So VP.Angels have got gaps to work with.
Everyone is going to come on over towards A. We have a 2-2 split. Jammie's going to be in a pretty strong position here. It's going to depend whether akiyanora is going to catch the timing or not once the contact comes through long. You know that Jammie's going to be aware of it. Verona. Ooh, don't think she quite spotted anyone towards long, but she might have got a whiff now. It looks like she's paused. Utility comes forward. Nice nade. The sentry to follow up. That's going to land straight on them and force the decision. Do you push forward? No, they just sit back, and akiyanora finds success onto Jammie. Now it is Verona that has to do it all. Has decent position in front of Dice. First is hers, but she's low, and amore finishes the job. With Tenwary so low, uulis is going to have a lot to do as that bomb gets planted.
Rotations are so just slow again from Team Spirit. There is a kit, but there are no smokes, so the flashbangs are going to be perfect. That nade is pristine, taking lumps out of uulis. Ayaka posted on the angle, holding, and has the support of her teammates. Tenwary 2 HP, can't really do a lot. This is looking incredibly dominant. Right now for VP.Angels, it will end with a HE 9 on the T side of Overpass for VP.
Well, we were a little surprised to see the Overpass pick come through for VP.Angels, but you know what? I think fair play. They've shown, they've got the reps in the server, and they're looking very good.
Strong. Very strong. Good ideas from Spirit, but the execution just wasn't quite there, and then once the game plan didn't really come into fruition, they didn't really have a backup. It's tough to see. Maybe they can make a recovery here on this T side fast. Up long, that's been heard. by Aka, and she is trying to reposition to a point where she doesn't die and lose her life, and also bait in some of these other players, and that's what happens. Triple threat all over the fountains, but Averona and Jammie are finding kills until Mio steps up, got 3 kills in that first round, and now is looking for more. Can't quite find it. Only the double. Player advantage still with Spirit.
God, you think you're Spirit? You're like, VP are out the bloody walls. They're everywhere. Okay, this is now weird because how do you get to Tenwari? Because you know that Amore is the connector.
Yeah. Oh, okay. We could go all the way around, I guess.
Yeah, Jammie's walking into back. Oh, shadow spotted. Headshot looking for it. Akiyanora has to fall back. And Amore's coming on through. No idea. It's so free. Love the kissed around from Spirit.
It's so free. It's so clean. It didn't feel like at any point that could have gone scary.
Yeah, you know, but it was, because VP's response was actually really cool, right? The way they set up with the pistols, running out over towards Fountain, but then having Mio slip on through, having Margo come up the connector as well. But the shots were just hit. Jammie, that was a big kill into Mio as well, falling back into the corner, completely caught her off guard.
And breathe a big sigh of relief if you're Team Spirit. Get an eco out of VP.Angels. Just, again, don't walk into a stack. 5 players all hanging out by the, I guess, ex-toilets now, subway. Although everyone still calls it toilets anyway. It's so ingrained.
Yeah, I feel like we need to... Do you want to try the rest of the map? We'll just refer to it as subway.
Yeah.
So, is subway we want to call it? Can't really call it the tube.
Foot long.
What do they call it in Germany? I'm gonna look this up. Hold up.
The train.
German.
I know.
Subway name.
I think Krankenhaus is ambulance. Pronunciation's not gonna be not on point there.
Is it Untergrundbahn?
Oh yeah, let's try and call it that. That sounds great. That sounds way easier.
I think that's underground button, underground road, maybe. U-Bahn. It's just a U-Bahn. It's not great. It's not great.
Yeah, sure. Let's.
You know, at that point, why would we call everything in German at that stage?
Why have you gone from let's call it subway from toilet to then let's just do it in German? Like, oh yeah, that'll make things way
in Germany, Brandon.
That'll make things way easier, Lucy.
It's in Berlin.
Yeah, sure. I know.
Are we gonna see anyone? Is the unicorn around? What do you reckon? No, Yark is definitely gonna go down. Surely. And I feel like this hunt is gonna take contact. Yeah. Okay. Averona.
Yeah.
No.
No.
Veronica. Oh no, the whole gang's here. USP.
They're defusing.
Oh my god! No, okay, it's a fake out. Oh, I got so excited for a second.
Yeah,
I thought, did she have the kit? And then, damn. Oh, no, nice. Jammie cleans up.
Try. I like that idea because you're getting to spin round and look at monster, or in German, monster, and then the players that are coming from T-spawner are just going to swing and hopefully have back turns.
Yeah. Ja?
Stop.
Du hast mich. Well, the German I know is from Rammstein. Guns out, sun's out.
Glad you noticed, thank you.
Not in this country. But in the sunny back alleys of Berlin where this map takes place.
If you didn't know.
You didn't know. If we hadn't already made that perfectly clear. I learned, sorry, I know it's early stages. You know you could get into this bit above uulis here. There's like a little platform. I learned that like a week ago.
That was also in Go.
That's crazy, man. Listen. Can we
talk about the round?
Yeah, go on.
Cool. Thank you. Early space has already been taken for Team Spirit. I'm just resetting back into my casting voice. They've got connector. They've got party. This feels quite nice. They're now about to take short control. And if they hit onto B, it could be a little bit dangerous. See, the VP don't really feel under pressure. Because of the space they've got out towards long, because of the jump spots, they're holding a lot of their utility. There's 3 incendiaries still on this CT side. Team Spirit haven't had to make them sweat.
Oh, there's a jump spot. Are you going to get another chance? No, spot it out. Fight towards long though. Everyone has won that onto Margo. Now they're going to be sweating on A. But Ayaka isn't calling anyone over. They're stuck to their guns on B, and it's the perfect read. Smoke's going to come through, but they're all going to funnel through short. Going to be a late play from Tenri in towards Monster. She's going to drop the incendiary, slow them down. Time's such an issue. As you mentioned, the incendiaries held on to the final moments, and all the players are here. They're jumping on out to their demise, but Teneri's managed to fight through, but the time's not there. They can't win the round. It doesn't matter. Mio realizes this. She's just going to hide, and she's going to win through virtue of being alive.
I'll be honest, I feel like as soon as you see the incendiary monster, you hear one in towards short as well, you called it off. 16 seconds, and Team Spirit just want to shove it all in. To be fair, it nearly worked. 5 on 4. We're going to just give it a look in anyway. They line up here as well for Tenwary. It's close. I feel like I would have saved it, though. I feel like I would have had all the rifles in play. You could have just added a couple of sprinkling pieces of utility.
All right, VP have won the round, but at what cost?
Yeah, it's expensive.
And, you know, Spirit, despite losing the round, kept those 2 players with the rifles, with a bit of util. Enough to buy a round. So actually, VP have a decision to make here because they're going to have the worst buy into this round despite winning the previous.
Their loss bonus is going to be second stage as well, so...
We could see them eco after winning a round, which is insane.
I feel like they have to.
You never see that. That is a real rarity in Counter-Strike.
Wow.
You win the round, you buy. Like, that's always just how it goes, but...
This is future-proofing because they've got 5 rounds of buffer. If it was a lot closer, VP would be buying here 100% of the time. But because they've got rounds to work with, they think, okay, well, what's the priority? Well, it'll be an AWP on Ayaka. It will be the utility that just won us the round previously. If VP can't afford all of that, and that was ultimately what cost Team Spirit that 1 round, it makes sense for them to, okay, force right at the very end and undo my entire point.
Well, you know, I think your point was good.
Thanks.
So... yeah, well done.
I mean, ultimately, if you win the round, you buy. That's the staple.
That's how CS works.
I was trying to just kind of theory craft why there would be ecoing, you know?
No, I mean, I believed I'd bitten down on your entire story, so the narrative was great. Like, you really sold me. You could be a salesman.
I couldn't.
Yeah, I think you would not be good at negotiating.
No, we know that. Connector taken. Ayaka push back. Same pieces of control again. Full Spirit. And obviously this buy's weaker from VP, but even in the gun round, a lot of respect being shown. No fights really being taken early. Margo now looks to slide down toilet.
Like...
Subway.
How aware Spirit are of how bad VP's buy is. Like, I imagine they expect at least 2 or 3 rifles in the mix. So, MP9, Scout? I think if they knew what they were up against. Oh, hold up. This is stuck in play. 4 players over here. uulis wins the first fight. akiyanora, flash forward, doesn't spot anything. uulis is tucked on in 2 players on the other side of the divider. And now she slides into bathrooms. The MP9 in this position can be dangerous. And the first kill is hers. Second, can't quite convert it, but it's done a lot of damage. That's going to make this scout all the more powerful, but not if she gets spammed out through the smoke. But there's Mio swinging on through, getting another, but Tenwary has forced her way into the site with a triple. HE comes over and denies the plant. And incendiary forward as well. And time becomes an issue. uulis knows where she is with the flames, needs to be patient, needs to stick to this plant, has to go for it. Amore knows this. She's going to run her down, charging on in, but the plant does go down. uulis skirting around dice, but it's a gamble. Amore looking for her, finds the headshot, and off the back of the HE, sets herself up, and VP will find 11.
Gotta say, Team Spirit is very telegraphed. They've not gathered any information. They've just actively hit onto a bomb site and not look for opportunities. VP do really well to disrupt that execute in the first place. Again, holding on to all their utility. playing up close and personal with these SMGs. And having a HE in the back pocket to deal the killing blow. And that's despite Tenweri's best efforts. A 3K entry onto the bomb site was looking really good for Team Spirit until it wasn't.
Shot kill from Mayor as well. Mayor. As she came on through. Now we've got a bit of a half buy from Team Spirit. It's going to be Tech 9s. HE4 does a bit of damage, but one is going to be thrown straight back in response. Flashbang over, and they're just going to pop out connector. Always a fun strat, just running up Banana with the Tech 9s, and Margo here with the AK in a good position to deal with it. Has Ayaka to support. MP9 in her hands. Smoke deployed as well. That's going to slow them down and send them back down connector.
Tech 9's up connector during the major cycle. Who made that one up? Mr. Chopper. He coincidentally also plays on Team Spirit.
It's also how Complexity beat Liquid in the RMR.
Oh my god, that was wild. So it's that spam just softening up Team Spirit to the point where they think, actually, we don't want to go this way. Reset. In towards the subway.
Did she spot
Double
that?
long push. Yeah, she did. Look at the rotate.
So loud. This double long is devilish.
It's actually really nice, the fact that they're playing very loud.
Oh, they got back, Brandon.
Oh,
it's the classic
no.
triple fake. How many fakes can you do? Jammie, surely not long for this as well. Ayaka deals with her, and the lockdown on B is in play. Mind games from Team Spirit, but it doesn't matter. Y is not crossed, and VP find that point.
What I was going to say was actually really clever that VP were really loud upon rotating from B to A, because it made it sound to Team Spirit like, oh, they're just getting into position. There might not be anyone here, or at maximum there's one player. But you're never clearing long in that instance. The flashbang was actually also being set up, and two players could have swung together. So that was a cool idea from VP, even amongst all of the, I don't know, hokey pokey from Team Spirit. So 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Shook it all about in connector, and then just couldn't decide where to go.
Team Spirit managed to get out at least a full squadron of rifles. They just want to pop onto B. Utility's going to rain on through. First kill goes to Mio. Uulis does get one back, but now Short has been locked up by akiyanora. And Amore just about staying alive in towards the barrels. This smoke being so disruptive, the T's just can't find their way into the site. Finally, a HE comes through, but she's still standing. Eventually dealt with, but the trades are fantastic from akiyanora. Locking this site down. She's looking for more. FAMAS does betray her. Puts it into a 2-on-2. Ayaka's going to slip into their position. Team Spirit, though, managed to escape. They've extracted themselves, and they've got time to work with.
They do, but also look at Margo. She's got a HE. And that has been the undoing for Team Spirit and their bomb plants. Currently, VP.Angels are just going to gamble. This is quite a cool setup. I feel like Ayaka should be looking a little bit more to the right-hand side for the bridge cross, considering where Margo is. But it's not going to matter. Ultimately, the whole point's redundant because Team Spirit have made it on towards A. They're going to clear every single nook and cranny at this bomb site. They're going to find it completely empty. There are kits available for VP. This will be a retake they will definitely attempt.
Yeah, I feel like they're going to go for a bank plant here. Given you don't know the bathroom's position, yeah. Bit risky to plant it and not be clearing bank initially, but time wasn't there. That means Team Spirit are going to get into really forward positions. Jammie can absolutely win this round for them. Margo's going to slip on through. It falls apart, though, if Veronica just goes down immediately. He is holding the cross, so Jammie's back is protected. Ayaka clears Margo.
Oh.
Synergetic attack onto the bank. They find both headshots immediately. Defuse will come through, and VP will take map 1.
What was that pre-fire on Jammie? It felt like she was in the best possible angle. There's just a slight gap, and she gets destroyed. What a game from VP. Questions the Overpass pick, especially against Team Spirit, who looked dominant against one wing gang on this map, but VP.Angels, it's clear that they had a game plan in mind. They knew what to expect out of Team Spirit.